legacy builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. This is my March 2023 budget reset. I'm going to start with reviewing our top 3 goals for February, reviewing our February monthly budget, and then do a screen record of our 2023 top financial goals spreadsheet, along with updating my annual budget. So if you are interested in how I reset for a new month, concerning our budget, then make sure you click like on this video, subscribe if you haven't, and make sure you join a membership. I have a few membership tiers if you would like to get more behind the scenes content from me, and just another way to support the channel and also get additional motivation for you on your journey. So I'm looking at my annual budget first to see what exactly we did, and I did have to add in I did have to add in Microsoft, which is we pay for a Microsoft subscription, and that actually was due this month and I didn't know, and it came out yesterday, actually Sunday, February 26th. So we are going to update that. The actual amount that was withdrawn or hit our credit card was $108.86. So we're going to update that. And forgive my voice, I'm getting through a cold, so my voice has gone in and out. So $108.86. That's the only thing that was like significantly different with this monthly budget. Now for March's rent, we did save $710. That's the first thing. So that's to go towards our rent for March that we saved in April. Let me just cancel this. I want to change the color quickly. So we saved $710 to go towards the rent. For groceries or food, we spent $262.11. And then for our electricity bill, that was 47. Where is it? $47.31. Our gas heat was $4, but then they charged a fee. So this is actually $5.75 that we paid. I didn't use any of the cash rewards from the credit card to cover the fee for using the card to pay the bill. So $5.75 is what we paid back to the card. $73.14 for our car insurance. Our life insurance policies are actually $68.38, but I just rounded up and sent $69 to cover those charges, to cover those payments. Our cell phone was $131 as budgeted. Internet's $84.99. Nothing we could do, it went up. $60 was our special offering, our first fruit offering. YMCA came out at the same. We did pull out $485 in cash, so that was a little less than January, but it was more than what we budgeted for February, and we'll talk about that too. The emergency fund, we only saved $100 this month. That was what we budgeted, because I have to focus on getting further ahead of our bills, because we did spend money, and we did give money actually from our cushion, our bills account, and that brought us down. So instead of putting extra money towards the emergency fund, I started putting more money towards next month's bills when we could. So we saved $499 in total. We did save more towards our purpose funds this month as compared to January. So we saved $120. We budgeted to save $200, but I was probably a little too arrogant to the budget $200 when I know we had so many other things going on. So investments, we did invest a little bit more in February than in January, but we invested less than what we budgeted. So $95 went towards our investments. And then, of course, this Microsoft subscription, it hit our credit card for $108.86, but I wanted to make sure I see it here so that I can remember to include that when I budget for our 2024 annual budget. So the numbers are a little bit skewed on the spreadsheet, but these are the exact numbers of what we paid for in the month of February. All right, so I used my annual budget workbook for the very first time in the month of February, and I love how I set everything up. So I really quickly want to look at our top 3 goals for the month. The first one was to add $2,104 to next month's bills, and we did not hit that goal. The second one was to finish the Love Evolves Challenge by February 3rd, and we did that. That was for Valentine's Day, so I was grateful that we were able to save that $100 to buy some candy and do some small things for the kids. It was start the $100 challenge on February 9th. I did start it. I did make that available for the members, the Legacy Builder membership portion of this channel. So if you are a member, a Legacy Builder, and you have not yet received your freebie for that challenge, then just um, email me or comment under a recent video so that I can send it to you. But that challenge has been going pretty well. Again, very easy, very simple to use. And I'm using that money to go towards our vacation. So I'm glad that I can check off 2 of the top three goals I had for the month. I wish I could say to you, okay, yes, we did save over $2,000 towards next month's bills, but it just didn't happen this month. So I am doing a complete changeover for March. I feel like God is leading me in a different direction, and He's changing our budget. So we're going to go with that. February's budget, right? We were to save $1,400 to go towards March rent. We saved just a little over half of that, 710. Um, I still have money in the next month's bills account, and then we'll have to pull money from our incoming income in March to pay for March's rent. We do have a little bit of a deficit, a little bit of a gap, but we're going to fill that so that we can pay our rent on time. So you'll be seeing this video on March 28th, on February 28th, and our rent is due on March 1st. We will have to wait until Friday the 3rd to pay it. So we have a grace period, so we're going to have to use that. That's just where we are right now. So looking at the budget check, 41% of the income we use went towards bills, 26% of the income we use went towards savings, and 34% of the income we use went towards miscellaneous. And then I did have a vision board for the month of February. I think I only was able to, I did work out, but I didn't work out as much as I wanted to. I said 3 times per week, and that just didn't happen. Life became very busy, and then the children were out of school for a whole week. And then my husband has been working a lot more. So there was less time for me to get to the gym because of everything else. So I'll have to prioritize me a little bit more for that, because that is something I need to work on continually in this new year to make sure that I stick to my goals. My vision goals was to make sure I maintain a weight of 140. And if I want to maintain that, then I definitely need to get back into the gym, or at least working out at home. We did have a credit card balance of $1,010.74. A lot of that was money that we had charged from January that rolled over into February, and then a lot more miscellaneous expenditures that kept happening on top of monthly bills. So I broke down the categories that we spent from, and I have $440.92 that was charged so far, was from bills. $14.44 was clothing, $186.23 was transportation charges, $61.35 was gifts charges, $133.73 was household, $262.11 was groceries, and then $158.24 was miscellaneous expenses. That, again, with the balance that we carried over from January, brought us to 10,1074, and I paid that off. So we'll talk about that when we get to our March budget setup and goals. I'm not going to talk about our savings funds. I did a separate video for that for the members, and that's pretty much it. So that's it for February. Sometimes I wrote a note to myself. Sometimes I may have to do what is most uncomfortable at the moment and for this season, but to get ahead with wisdom. I need to get ahead. I need to move forward with wisdom. So wisdom is the principal thing. So I need to get wisdom, and I need to use wisdom. So it was really hard for me to take money from our emergency fund, which I had to do, to zero out our credit card balance. But we had it, we had to do it. So thank God that the money was there and we were able to use that. But now we crossed over into March, started March officially on February 26th, and we started with zero balance. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. And then I am going to share with you, now that we're getting into March, how much we are, what we're planning to do, and how we plan to do our budgets, because paycheck budgets are going to be changing very much. This board behind me, this is my honor board. In a sense, I have a special letter that my husband had written for me that I keep here for even my children to see, so they can see how a man really loves a woman and how he entreats her and that sort of thing. And then I have like this book cover that my children love. I read to the little ones. And then I have like some pictures, some artwork that my children drew for me. And then I have photos at the top that you won't be able to see. And then I have like some awards that my oldest son had gotten from school, and I hang those up just so I can show them that I'm honoring you for the things that you've done and the work that you do. And I just want them to feel that love and that um, expression of honor from my husband and myself to them, so that they know how to do that for other people and their children when they get older. So that's a part of this whole generational wealth that we're talking about and that we're building over here. So for March, the very first thing I did was create a brain dump, because going into March, I just wanted to be more intentional, more realistic, and more focused on exactly what we need to do and get it done. Even if that means we can't put as much money towards our purpose funds, or if we can't save so much in a certain area, we have to focus on getting ahead of our bills, getting ahead of our rent, and investing as much as possible and getting our emergency fund back up. So those are the things we need to focus on. So that box, emergency fund, investing, and saving for vacation, those are the things we really need to focus on, getting ahead of bills. Everything else is going to have to, it can get in where it fits in. If there's extra income that we can use, and we do use it, then we'll use that for those other things, those short-term savings and other fun things that we'd like to do. But for now, we have to be intentional, not spending less on the credit card. So I'm not like having to pull from various places just to cover those miscellaneous expenses. Um, I reminded myself that I'm powerful. It's just something to encourage me and to inspire me while I'm managing my family's money. Also, for our bills and what we need to budget for the bills, we have to be intentional about it and realistic. And then we need to save more. For me personally, I need to save more for me to do some things that I need to do, especially when it comes to some of the goals I set. One of them, again, being my beauty routine that I need to really rev up, and I haven't purchased anything and I haven't done anything towards that goal yet. So I need to save for myself. We need to save for vacation. And one of the other things I looked at was all of the categories that we spent money in on the credit card. We have to be more intentional about how much we're saving for those things. Like realistically, we need to have at least $160 saved in our miscellaneous online account. So when miscellaneous expenditures come up, we already have the money for it. We're not pulling it from a different category, because I don't want to do that anymore. Same thing with household expenses. I've noticed that our household expenses was $134 in the month of February. So that means we need to make sure we're putting that money aside. So in the future, we have it already. And it's not something where we have to pull from the emergency fund to cover it, and I don't want to throw off our budget because we weren't managing properly. So being realistic, saving more for these areas is going to help. Okay, now the calendar, which I really like how it turned out. I just added a little pizzazz for myself. Again, we did pay the Quicksilver card on Sunday, February 26th to 10/10/74. I put down all of our bill due stickers and our pay dates. I highlighted daylight savings time because, again, once daylight saving times hit, it's going to feel like the days are longer. We're going to want to buy more and go out more. So I have to be more intentional about how much we're saving and how much we're getting ahead of our bills, because we need to do that in order for me to feel comfortable about our budget. We definitely need to make sure we're getting ahead. St. Patrick's Day is in March, of course. International Women's Day is before St. Patrick's Day, actually. And I definitely want to just acknowledge that, because, I love to give and to and say nice things and do nice things for people. So I definitely wanted to highlight that. And then we have 5 paydays. It is a golden month. So grateful for that. So for this golden month, we're going to make sure we utilize every single dollar to go towards as many savings as possible, especially getting ahead of those bills, and saving for a vacation, and putting at least $200 towards the emergency fund at the very least. Um, so Paycheck 5 is an opportunity to save more, invest more, and get further ahead of our bills. I definitely want to pray more, eat more healthy meals. And something that has been on my mind as we were crossing over into March is to have more date nights and lunch dates with my husband. That's something we really have to focus on and work on. I feel like the Lord is leading me in that direction, that we have to incorporate that more in our relationship. I do have an alphabet challenge. I have not printed it yet, but I'm going to be working on that in March. I want to start it, so I'll need to print that. Save $2,650 to next month's bills. Adding that to the bills, that's a big goal. It's a stretch goal, but I want to do it. Save $300 for vacation. That means I would have to finish both the $100 challenge and the $200 challenge in order to get there. So y'all pray for me that we get that. And then also, I'm going to be tracking side income, because I want to make sure that um, we are intentionally bringing in that side income. And I want to thank everybody for helping me by watching a couple of the ads. I know that some people subscribe to YouTube Premium, but from my analytics, I know most of you don't. But if you would like to help us and you want to do it in a free way, watch the ads for me. I would really love that, because I would really love to see that we get a nice payout in the month of April for what we earn in ad revenue in March. So that would really bless me. And I'm asking that, and I appreciate that so much. So for our monthly budget for March, I used my annual budget spreadsheet, and then I also looked at what we realistically need. So our bills are coming up to 1,974. It's a lot less this month because again, our gas heat is now on $4 for budget billing instead of 141. So that was pretty decent. So we're going to work with 1,974 for our bills. And then a monthly savings, $2,600. That's the $2,600 that I want to put towards next month's bills. Again, it's a stretch, but we're going to work it by paycheck by paycheck to make sure we get there. And then our tithe and offering is budgeted at $350. Cash spending $550 for a total of $900. Now you're going to see that my monthly budget is set up the way it is, but the paycheck budgets are going to be very different. And I'll share with you the first one in Monday. Right. So our tithe, next month's bills, Amazon, because Amazon is due in March and it's going to hit our credit card, and we have to save up intentionally for that to make sure that we pay the credit card back for that $139 when it hits. We're going to pull out cash still, because we have cash expenses like laundry. Our children are going to need spending money for different things, and we're teaching them to save as well. So we're not going to stop that. And then also, I'm doing savings challenges with a purpose, because we have vacation coming up. We want to build a cushion for our operating account. So all of these things we're doing intentionally so that we can be better next year than we are this year. We want to continually get better, have more of a cushion in that account, make sure our children have money, make sure we're investing, make sure we're reaching the limits to max out our IRA, all those things we're working on. And these savings challenges are a part of the process of getting us to the place where we're more comfortable and we can be more relaxed with our money, because we have these measures in place. I call them safety measures. Having a cushion in your account is a safety measure. Having an emergency fund, an adequate emergency fund at that, like 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved up, is a safety measure. Having cash money on you on hand is a safety measure. Having credit card limits is a safety measure, as long as you have the money saved up. Again, we're going to be having money saved up for transportation when we need it, to cover household expenses and also miscellaneous expenses. So savings challenges are very, very important, and I'm being intentional about it. And then, of course, our bills, all the adulting that we have to do. we're going to basically pay the bills that fall within that payday. So for the first week of March, we have YMCA, rent, and Geico that is due. Those are the things that we're going to be paying in the first week. And plus, we're putting enough money aside in our in our rent category so that we can pay our rent in full and then be able to have it ahead of time for the next month. So that's it on that. I've been working on our expense tracker. I'm glad to say that we started the month of March with $624 in our account cushion, and we started the month of March with $0 balance on our Quicksilver card. So this is truly a clean slate. And I'm so grateful that we are starting with a clean slate. So I'm planning to continue tracking all of our savings challenges. And our bills, because again, annual bills are coming up. I do have also expenses coming for my business because it's a recertification. I'll have to file taxes and all of that. So all the things that we have to pay, just making sure the licenses and everything stays active, that's coming up soon. So we need that. I am starting the Dads Be Like challenge. You might not be able to see it because the lights are so bright. But I have this challenge. It's a Father's Day challenge. I thought it would be fun to use different phrases that dads might say. And hey, if you decide to do this with me, maybe you want to change it a little bit or add something to it. That's fine. I just wanted a fun way to save for Father's Day ahead of time. I'm going to be doing the Save $200 challenge. I'm going to be doing the 2023 year to save $1,000 from Alicia at Hands and Bands. I'm doing my Save My Hourly Rate challenge. I'm almost finished the $100 challenge, which again, you probably can't see because it's really bright and I made this really light. I'm doing Mom's Heart also, and I'm going to be tracking the 100 shares challenge also because I really want to make sure we hit 15 shares of O by the end of March. A bit lofty for me, or maybe not quite because we have 12 shares already. So I'm sure we can get 3 more shares of O by the end of the month. So let's hope and pray for that. I am going to try to start savings challenges for my teenager. We were supposed to start the Let's Go to the Mall savings challenge for him in his savings challenge book, which is somewhere close by, but not at arm's length. But I'm going to be using that for him because I want him to be able to do that. And he's going to be working soon. So all praises be to God for him learning how to manage money well by starting working. So those are the things that we're looking forward to for March. Now, I want to do a quick share with you what our 2023 financial goal spreadsheet looks like because I did that last month and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So for February, again, the income was $3,090. We sent $50 into M1 Finance for investing. We sent $45 to my Roth IRA with Fidelity. We saved $100 in our emergency fund. And then for these few purpose funds, we saved a total of $120. 20 for Christmas, 20 for clothing, 20 for gifts, 20 for wellness, 20 for transportation, and $10 each for Amazon and vacation. So 3% of the income we used went towards investing, and 7% of the income we used went towards savings. So that is the March budget reset for 2023. I hope you guys enjoyed this video enough to give me a thumbs up. And always, I tell you, continue to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. Thank you so much for being here. Bye for now.